Very good. So, Ray, in a couple of moments, my friend, you will make a case for why you believe Keith David's Childs has become the thing at the end of the movie.
Taken over by the thing there. If you saw, there was always a light in their eyes when the camera was on. You could see like life in their eyes. And when the people who were taken over by the thing, they had like a darkness. They didn't have that light in their eye. Taken over by the thing, they had like a darkness. They didn't have that light in their eye, which was always a really cool thing to me. And near the end of the movie, Childs doesn't have that light in his eye. And the third thing I think, that, in my opinion, that is the argument for Childs being turned into the thing, is that when McCready offers him the sip of the liquor in the bottle, you notice John Carpenter is a master at taking music and giving hints with music. And right as Childs goes to drink the bottle of the liquor, there's that dum 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 again, which in my opinion,
you're provided 10 minutes to ask one question and one question only. You're eager to hear your question. What would you ask your future self and why, my friend? Whenever you're ready.
And it just man, I tell you what, really, it just hit me in a way that nothing ever had, about that someone would say that about my dad. Wow, like in that message, what I took from that was my dad did a lot to help a lot of people and inspire them, encourage them in whatever way. And sometimes maybe he realized it, probably a lot of times he didn't realize the amount of encouragement he gave.
Jake Hager, if you could please select a historical figure and explain why you enjoy teaching your craft to this person in 2024, please do, good sir.
There's an old saying in pro wrestling: you can't have a knight in white shining armor without a big, bad, fire-breathing dragon. So what does that mean exactly? You want the audience to cheer for the good guy and able to fight the bad guy. So imagine in 2024, pro wrestling is more popular than ever, more popular than the 80s with Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. I think we introduced Willie Shakespeare to pro wrestling, and we make him watch it for hours and hours. I think he would bring a style of tragedy, and our fans wouldn't know what hit them. They would immediately be back to the days of pro wrestling when was, hey, is this real? Are they working us? AKA the good
tournament. It's live. Mr. Jake Hager will kick things off. And Mr. Hager, if you could please describe a moment in life in which you challenged yourself in a way that still resonates with you today.
At the time, pro wrestling is very popular, so there's a lot of independent circuits I can do on the weekend. So I would wrestle those shows on the weekend, and then during the week, I'd practice every day, sometimes twice a day. Somehow I would find time to be present with my kids. It was fucking overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, also let us know if you could ask a historical figure one question and one question only. Who would that figure be? What question would he ask and why?
And he went to jail. Muhammad Ali went to jail, and for me that was significant because being a young man growing up and watching, just to name a few, Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Jim Brown, when they were having those meetings during the civil rights, and these athletes took a step forward, and unfortunately for Muhammad, he had to give up his career, his lifeline, to go to prison for something he truly, truly believed in.
Mr. Michael Cooper's question is, when was the last time you encountered a frustrating situation? What did you do to make it better?
I'm going to put this out there. My brother was murdered November 18th. As I watch a lot of these shows on TV, First 48, all the murder things, and you see people that say, I forgive that individual, and they happen to catch this young man. I forgive that individual. And I would say to myself sitting there, I couldn't do that. But now faced with that adversity in my life, I have forgiven that young man because anger, animosity, all that negative energy that's inside of me, I have let that go, and I feel really good about myself. So I just put all my hopes and my prayers and my thoughts in the Lord.
We're now going to kick it over to Mr. Mark Metcalf, who will make a case for Kurosawa's The Idiot as a lost film that needs to be found.
Opera, this story of a man who's descending through the Dante's Inferno. Kurosawa imagined it as two films, much the way Peter Jackson broke up The Hobbit into two films, and They broke up the last book of the Harry Potter series into 2 films, but you didn't have to wait a year to see the second one. Anyway, it's understandable that the people who in charge, the people with influence, chose money over artistic integrity, over humanity. And that's it.
Guys and gals and pals, we're going to rotate this thing out right now. Mr. Mark Metcalf will start things off by making a case for the graphic novel The Roberts as a book that should be adapted to the screen.
But the system, the way it is now, where things need to blow up, people need to be slaughtered with lots and lots of bullets, the kinds of movies that people make